The next step of our cabin build project is to insulate our cabin. The problem is we don't exactly know how we will get our insulation to the cabin. The trails are damaged and there's lots of snow.
Smells like fish.
We want to try pulling the whole bale, or should we just wrap up 2 of them?
So one person is bringing a sled and one person's bringing a bale?
We cut as we go. Just pull it a little bit, cut, pull it a little bit, cut.
I feel like this just isn't going to go well.
You may be right.
We finally have our insulation here to put in the cabin. We ended up going with rock wool insulation. We just have to get it to the cabin. If you watched our videos before, the path is kind of a mess of trees and branches, and we had just a big winter snowstorm this year, so we're gonna have to try and pull everything through the trails that used to be trails but are now not really trails all the way to the cabin.
I'll try it. See how much of a path I plow. Down there. Think he likes the snow?
Oh my goodness. Some of you might be wondering why we didn't just bring a snowmobile out here to pull our stuff, and that is for a couple of reasons. One, we would have to borrow a snowmobile, which would be fine, we could do that, but also because, as you can see, the trails are just covered in branches, and ideally we'd like to stand up the ones that we think will survive, and the ones that are just done, they're destroyed by the storm, we're just going to cut those up and move those to the side. So if we brought a snowmobile, we'd have to still spend this first day just trying to make a trail for the snowmobile to be able to access the cabin. So we might as well, in our thoughts, work our way to the cabin, moving the branches we can, and pulling stuff with us as we go, instead of trying to get a snowmobile here and picking it up and making the trail and then getting the snowmobile out there and stuff like that. So this is what we're doing instead. Maybe in the future we'll use a snowmobile to get out to the cabin, depending on conditions and stuff, but honestly this is kind of nice. My sled. Maybe I do need help. I don't know that I can push this uphill without... My snowshoes are trapped under it. Huh? I might need your help. I could get out, but I'd have to take my... Never mind. I got one foot out. Got my... Okay. Yay!
Whenever we go to the cabin, making the bed makes me feel like I'm home again. It doesn't really feel like a bedroom until the bed's made, so I get eager to bring the bed down and put it together. In this clip here, I am actually looking at the back of the bed to see if there are any mouse holes. So far, there haven't seemed to be any mouse problems in the bedroom, but I always like to look so there are no surprises.
We have about a quarter of the cabin's insulation that we need. And you want to do this room first, and the closet and the bathroom, like over here. Okay, is all the wiring done over here? Is the stuff done upstairs?
No, but we can pick off the easy spots since we don't have enough to do everything, right? Are we going back for another trip?
Like right now? Do you want to?
Beats doing it tomorrow.
Okay, we can go again right now. Okay, let's go. Put my boots back on. Cory and I just made it out to the cabin. It was a lot of work to walk through the deep snow with the sled and with the insulation that Cory just drug behind him the whole time. But we do have to make another trip tonight. Cory would prefer to do it tonight rather than tomorrow, and I don't really care either way, so we're about to make another trip, and we're gonna have to be kind of fast because it's getting a little bit dark outside already. So we're gonna get going and doing that. Once we get all of the insulation here, we're gonna start installing it. We have some electrical work we still want to do, so we might work on that a little bit. We don't have all of the insulation for the entire cabin, but any little bit will make a big difference. We did decide to go with rock wool insulation for the majority of the cabin rather than the fiberglass insulation for a few different reasons. I'm pretty excited about it. It says 26.
Yeah, so it's a little bit warmer in the cabin than outside.
That's crazy how much of a difference it is from this time to last time.
Yeah, it's not below zero.
Yeah, it's way nicer. Round 2, this one should be a lot easier. We have 5 more cases or chunks of insulation to bring out here, but they're all packaged together. So we think we should be able to put it on the sled and then strap the insulation to the sled and then just pull it out. And now that we have a path, it should be a lot easier.
help if I help,
Okay,
huh?
you hold the sled all day. You got the sled?
Are we having fun?
Yeah! This is what fun is. Huh. The next one's probably gonna hit the fire. Oh! Oh my goodness.
There, that'll give us a start. Now to just get in the walls.
Oh my goodness. Update, the cabin is now at 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like probably -1 Celsius.
I've never worked with rock wool. I've always only worked with fiberglass. I'm assuming the basic principles are about the same, but it's unfaced. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a tight press fit. And we'll notch around the wires, notch around the outlet boxes. Does it feel warmer already?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it does. Did you measure it so it would be halfway up the wall perfectly when you drilled those holes?
No. But if we were to do this again, I would run all wiring at 4 feet so that you don't have to notch for your wires.
It looks like it's already like 20 years old. Huh. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it just has a vintage look to it. Doesn't it?
Go behind that. If you want to open up the next bag.
Okay. Oops.
We brought the screw gun.
Yeah, we did.
But we didn't bring any bits for it. They're all in the case.
We don't have any here. None? There's none in it?
No.
Hold the top of that. It actually fits together really nicely.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't have the gaps that I envisioned. It's also softer than I envisioned.
I envisioned that it wouldn't be as tight either.
I envisioned that it was going to be more like a board.
Thank you. I'm running the tip of the knife along the 2x4 to use as a guide. And then it just... Oh. Pushed it.
Goodness. I went out there in Crocs without even thinking about it. Darn it, I do not want these to be wet.
again, this doesn't need to be perfect. The wood stove will more than heat us out of here once we get insulation in.
That's true.
Surprisingly, the rock wool is relatively easy to work with. It's just a slow process, so many windows and so many
Little cracks.
and crevices and jack studs and everything, just a lot of cutting.
At home and at the cabin, I prefer to have a made bed. Something about it just makes me feel put together and it really brings my mood up. I think at the cabin especially, the bedroom is half of the cabin, so it makes it feel nicer and more calm than when everything is kind of just laying around in disarray.
Degrees.
Yeah, it's like actually warming up. This is like the warmest we had it all night last time. Moving up in the world here. What are you most looking forward to at the cabin?
Sitting by the fire. This is it.
I'm looking forward to sitting on the floor on a rug on our pretty wood floor playing a board game. So far, we have the insulation from the corner of the bedroom all the way to here, and then like little bits and pieces that Cory filled in other spots. I think it's going way faster than I expected, but you've been doing most of the insulating work. Do you like it?
Yeah.
You think it's been going fast?
Yeah, it's easier to work with than I would have expected.
I asked you guys on Reddit what your preference was for insulation and why, fiberglass versus other, and we got a lot of input. A lot of people thought rock wool sounded like a good idea, and we were kind of, I think, between rock wool and fiberglass. We're not going to do spray foam because it doesn't make sense with where we are and a lot of reasons. But I think time will tell, but I think this was a good idea. Rock wool. Hey, buddy.
We spent the evening drawing out some of our dreams, and these are things that are personal to us, but that we shared that night, and it honestly was lovely.
Lame, the weak, too afraid to start the dreams that only came to pass them by.
What?
If you want to read.
Want me to read you? Supposed to read 3 chapters. It feels so good to lay down. My muscles are screaming, finally. How are you feeling?
Good.
Accomplished?
Accomplished.
We
Yep.
did a lot today.
We got a lot done. It's a really slick pair of snowshoes to put on and off.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. We were only at the cabin for one night, but I'm sad to be leaving. It was perfect.
Can't wait to be back to the cabin, that is. Next trip, we'll have to get 5 more bundles of rock wool. Should be able to finish off all the rest of the insulation. We still have to finish the water lines, a little bit of electrical, and then it'll be time for paneling.
Subscribe if you enjoyed our video. We appreciate it a lot. We appreciate everybody who watches.